tech production. This is a new tech production. This is a new tech production. This is a new tech production.
What's good, everybody? I want to welcome y'all to episode 6 of the OKPK6 podcast. I'm your host, Gary Gnu, aka Gnu, and as y'all can see, I'm here without my man DJ Black Hurricane. He's out of town for the weekend, you know what I mean? But he'll be back next episode. So today we just gonna kick it. We're just gonna lay back and talk about things that's going on with me and how this OKPK6 podcast got started. The beginnings of it and why I felt the need to want to do something like this, you know what I mean? Pretty much I've been working with cameras and working with equipment and music for a long time, you know what I'm saying, in the videography world. I used to do weddings and low budget music videos and things like that. I had a lot of equipment on my hands and I was sitting around like, damn, what can I do to get myself back into this internet world, man? Get myself back into the craft of using my cameras and using my equipment to work for me. You know what I mean? So about 3 years ago, I was doing like a little side gig, the bar exam. I was a proctor for the bar exam, and that's where I met DJ Black Hurricane. Me and him were doing like security or something like that. And so we had like a little time, a lot of time when we could just kind of sit around and kick it and just build and just talk about whatever. So during this time, as I'm conversating with him, we're talking about music. Of course, we're talking about hip hop, and I'm seeing that this young guy has a lot of knowledge about 90s hip hop in particular. You know what I mean? And me coming from the 90s, that's like my era. That's the era I grew up in. So I'm all about that, and I lived through it. But for this guy, for him to be born in like '94, he knew a lot of shit, and I was really impressed with that. And it made me automatically, want to. I wanted to work with this kid in some kind of way. I knew that, and I was thinking of I don't know if I was thinking podcast back then, but I knew in some way I wanted to do a project. Or I wanted to do something to collaborate with this cat because of his knowledge of 90s hip hop. So anyway, I would every now and then I would send him a little text message or whatever, like, yo, what's up with this podcast? I was planting the seed, and this year, 2019, I hit him up with the same idea. Yo, what's up with this podcast? And he was like, yo, what's up? Let's do it. So we kind of got together and we had a couple meetings, him and my homegirl Deanna. Shout out to my homegirl Deanna, who was our camera person when we first got started. Now we got a new camera guy, my man Tylen. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. And the three of us would meet and talk about how we were going to put it together. Then we just started filming, and I kind of called it the Oddcast because of the age difference between he and I, you know what I mean? Yeah, me and him are like 20 years apart, if give or take a few years. So I thought that was pretty odd, the fact that this young guy, not a young kid, but this young dude knows a lot about the 90s. He knows more about 90s hip hop than my peers, than guys I grew up with, you know what I mean? So here you have it. I'm not an industry person. I'm not, even though I used to. Back in the day, I used to rhyme with my boys. COA, shout out to Characters of the Abyss. My homeboys, I used to rhyme with down in Morgan State. We tried to do the rap thing. Didn't work out. We still friends. We still brothers to this day. But so I always had some sort of creative abilities. You know what I mean? So I just started to put all my energy into working with cameras and working with making producing beats instead of me trying to rhyme on beats and things of that nature. So yeah, man, that's pretty much where we are right now. So I just wanted to bring y'all up to speed, as to the who, what, where, and why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna holler back at y'all in a sec, man. Peace.